Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks. I'm going to attempt to show you something like this because every time you draw it, it might be a little bit different because there's no really kind of standard to this. I am going to start with a polygon tool. I'm going to hit P, put it in center page, which really doesn't matter. I constantly do that. And I'm going to select, it will only let me select a couple nodes. I'm going to right click and turn it into curve. Right click, this is already a curve. And then I'm going to bring this in. So what a polygon does, it allows you to make adjustments and it makes it all four sides kind of the same. I'm going to just kind of play around with this. And this is where I say you can't, you probably can't duplicate it over and over and over and over. So now what we're going to do, we're going to Control D and make a duplicate. And we're going to double click on the rotation and put it to the node. And then we're just going to rotate it. Well, I made it a little bit. It needs to, well, that'll work. 40 will be work. So type in 40. And then we're going to want to look at this edge down here. I think we can just take it away. And that's probably pretty good. It might be a little bit little. You know what? Let's bring this in. There we go. Let's see if that works. Now take the Smart Fill tool, set on any color and fill that in. Let's nudge it out of the way. Let's just get rid of these lines and nudge this back. And then I'm going to left click, right click, and I'm going to take my 3-point curve line and I'm going to go from that node to that node, but I'm going to put a little bit of curve on it. Now we're going to have to probably use the shape tool to make this a little bit thicker. So we're going to grab the shape tool and we're going to bring this in, but we're going to bring this out. Kind of divide that in half, but we got to stay off that line. So that's what I was saying. Every one of these is going to look different. Let's make it a little bit smaller. And then let's take the interactive fill tool, any color. I'm going to go with that orange. Let's take away the outline by right clicking. So we got two separate objects here. We're going to pick this first one and use the interactive fill tool and just kind of, you know what, let's go from here to here and let's make it red at the bottom. Too much red, so let's bring our handle down. We can actually go off the page. Now let's select this one and we're going to put red to the center. Too much red maybe, but you can always go past it. It'll make it a little bit less red. Now let's group this together, Control G, Control D to duplicate. Double click on your X, get your rotation, put it on your node. We're still at 40 degrees, so we'll rotate it 40 degrees. And by doing that, you get that. Now you see what I say, every one of them will be different. You probably couldn't reduplicate the first one. You know, there's several ways. Maybe an easier way would be to take a square, rotate it 45 degrees, go up and convert it to a curve. The only disadvantage in this is they're not going to be symmetrical, but we're going to see if this will work. So let's bring this in, this in. This is going to probably give us a little bit more sharp corners. And as you can see, it's not perfect, but we don't need it to be perfect. Control D to make a duplicate. And we're going to rotate it from this node. There we go. Let's try that. We need to be on a number we can divide by 360. So we're going to go with 40 again. We're going to take our Smart Fill tool. And you don't have to put that line there. I'm going to nudge that up and out of the way. I'm going to nudge that down, that back. And I'm going to left click no fill, right click outline. That might cause a little bit of problem up there, but we'll just see. Now get the 3-point curve line. Go from that node to that node. And definitely I'm going to hit the 2-point line. 3-point curve line. And we're going to have to do a lot of adjustment. A lot of adjustment with the shape tool. I went back too far. Let's zoom in here. get the shape tool and let's bring this in. You know what? Let's add a node right there and then bring this out. And then bring that out a little bit. And then we got to bring this back. So once again, I don't think you could reduplicate it very much. Now let's right click and turn this into a cusp. And by doing that, I'll make this bigger and not that. That might look a little bit funny, but I think we're going to be good. Now take your Smart Fill tool, fill those two in. I suggest taking away your outline. Let's grab this one, Interactive Fill tool, put red on the bottom, and you could use any color. I'm just using two colors that kind of look good together. And now let's put red toward the center. Maybe a little bit more yellow. We could always add another, like a gold, and make it. I really don't like that. Let's add a yellow, a brighter yellow. You know what I should have done? I should have just put the brighter yellow on the edge. That might look pretty cool. Control G to group, Control D to duplicate. I'm going to get rid of this down here. Double click on the X, get your center rotation to the edge, 40 degrees. Now see, now we got a space down at the bottom, but you know, who says that's not very good? So what it did, it overlaps so you don't have two things on top of each other. I still like my first one the best, and it just came out so something you could play with. Anyway, I hope that gave you some ideas, and thank you for watching.